Here we are looking at the ATRN daily chart. Been a few days since the last time I did it, but today finally started to show that it is human. We literally had 1 week in a row of green days. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 week where it was just one green day after the other. The chart was really overextended, and basically from this candle here, according to traditional charts, we would have expected some sort of pullback. But after this day, we got another two where it just got more and more overextended, and then even today, one point was up here above 35 cents. Wasn't the funnest day, especially if you bought up here. But in the grand scheme of things, as far as the overall chart looks, everything is still healthy. Before you call me crazy, how can it be healthy when we're up at 36 and now we're back below 20? I'll explain myself. But I should say that really depends on your strategy. If you're a day trader and you bought somewhere up here, then yeah, you should be out and things are looking rough for you. But I get the impression from the boards and so forth that a lot of people are in this for the overall play, for the overall chart. So that means we care about where these things look from the daily chart perspective. So, this video, like all of the other ones, will be from, not the day trading perspective, but just from the overall view. So let's just point out some support levels here that we want to see hold hopefully the rest of this week. The first one being this blue line here, which is the 10-day simple moving average, and that one's valued right here at 14 or 0.142 to be exact. But this is a moving average, so this will change as time goes on. Another area of support, and I'm not even sure what this is, but it looks like it should be getting mapped out here, looks like right where the low was today at 15.5 cents, and the low of today was 15.5. So actually this makes a great charting example. And I'll show you that I didn't just pick this because it was the low of today. But if you go back through the history of the chart, you can see on February 9th, the high was 15.5 cents, so it was a resistance. And then on the next day, the price pulled back and back tested it at 0.156, so although it didn't hit it exact, close enough. So 15.5 cents, given that it was a resistance, and then when it was broken, you can see it got back tested right here. This is going to be another area of support. But I'll just leave this line a skinny green one because while it is support, yes, isn't a must hold or anything like that. Ideally, hopefully the 14 cent level can hold, but if that one doesn't, we have another support level right here based on a previous high from back here on the 7th of February, and this high is at 13.5 cents. For those people that have been following this chart for a while, all these levels should sound familiar because they were previous highs that the price needed to get through. So 15.5, 13.5, and then we have the 10-day that's kind of right in between those. So we can even clump this together and just call it a support zone. But if these ones can hold, then I'm looking for the price to probably head back down here and test the 20-day simple moving average. Right now that's valued at 0.096. That is the one trade-off. When you have these massive move upwards, it really creates spaces in between the supports, and the further you get separated from your moving averages, the more and more of a risk of a big move like this happens because there's such big gaps that form in between support levels. But this should be a good thick area here of supports. Like I said, if we want to, we can just call this, make it a support zone between 13.5 cents and 15.5 cents, and then that way it's just kind of probably easier to visualize. Like I said, resistance-wise, I'm not going to talk about there because after a day like today, the key thing needs to transition over to what sort of consolidation is it going to be. Is this pullback going to go any deeper? Just kind of a wait and see at this point. And finally, if the price does decide to pull back some more, that's where we want to see volume get as low as possible. Or if it goes sideways, same thing, volume as low as possible. If the price does bounce and start to head back up, that's where we want to see this volume bar once again get as big as possible. So keep that in mind too from a volume perspective. So that is where the chart currently stands. Definitely wait and see what kind of consolidation occurs here. If there are any other questions, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook. With your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's good variety of stuff for everybody, and it is all free. We're making some good money together on our alerts, so I'd encourage you to go to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. Once again, this was ATRN. Thanks for listening.